Hello, Wooly here, and welcome to 3 tutorials in one for simple minecart stations that handle both auto departure and cart braking and pickup. So let's have a look at the first one. This is a refinement on a design that I made for my LP on the Hypercraft server. You may have seen it on some other people's channels as well. The basic concept's pretty simple. You stand on a pressure plate, a cart appears, you click into the cart and you're off. And when you come back, the cactus breaks the cart, gets picked up by a hopper and reinserted into the system. Awesome. So the green wool is what I will call the default configuration, and it's the one that I'm going to do in the tutorial section. The blue is here to demonstrate that you can easily reconfigure this to suit your own needs, placing the pressure plate here or here or here, or in fact all three locations, and it will work just the same. So let's look at how we build this. You are going to need 3 redstone, 2 redstone torches, 1 repeater, 1 dispenser, 3 droppers, 1 hopper, 5 powered rail, 2 rail, 1 pressure plate, 1 cactus, 1 piece of sand and some type of building block. First thing we're going to do is we're going to decide where we want our cart to be dispensed. So if we're going to want it here, we're going to dig down 3 blocks and place a dot of redstone at the bottom and a block on top of that and a dispenser facing upwards. Then we're going to decide whether we want our pressure plate to be here, here, or in fact here, and we're going to do it here. So we're going to dig down 2 blocks below where we want our pressure plate to be and 2 blocks between that and the dispenser. We're going to place redstone and a repeater facing into that block there, cover it over with blocks and put a pressure plate on top of that. Then we're going to dig down 3 blocks, and this is in the direction in which your rail is going to go. Dig down 3 blocks next to the dispenser and then 2 blocks next to that. We're going to place a piece of redstone and a torch like so. Then we're going to just knock out that extra block there and there and there. We're going to step over here, grab our droppers, and we're going to put them in a line facing back towards the dispenser, and we're going to place shift click our hopper into the side of the last one, and next to that we can grab our sand and our cactus, and we can place sand there and cactus there, and you are going to want to place something on top of this probably to stop the cactus growing. If it's a block or a slab or something, or even a stair, it will stop you walking into the cactus and hurting yourself. So the final bit of redstone for this design, skip a block from the end of this dropper chain and dig down 2, place a torch and a block on top of that. Now you could just use a redstone block here or a torch on the ground here or even here. It's just to provide power to the powered rails we're about to place. So grab said powered rails and your normal rail, and you're going to place 2 powered rail here and 2 normal rail here, and you want to get this L shape in place before you place any more rail, and once that's there, our final power rail will go here and we'll place a block here. Then we're going to need some minecarts, and being careful not to throw them into the cactus, we're going to throw at least 4, but I would recommend throwing maybe 9 in there. Now this design needs priming before it will work, and to do that simply walk on and off the pressure plate until you get a cart, and once you've got a cart, that's the system working. You won't need to do that again unless you empty it of minecarts entirely. And that is that job done. So the second design, let's look at that. This is a simplified version of the first design. It's slightly more compact. The caveat is that the dispenser is above ground, which is nice in that you can access the dispenser directly. But if you have a particular problem with the texture of a dispenser, then this is not the solution for you. Apart from that, it works pretty much the same. Again, blue is optional, green is default. The reason I've chosen the pressure plate behind the dispenser as the default is because the pressure plates here, if you stand on them, you can kind of end up bumping the cart a little bit, which can be a problem. Um, but I mean, it still works. Awesome. So let's look at building that. You will need 1 redstone, 2 redstone torches, 1 dispenser, 3 droppers, 1 pressure plate, some type of building block, 3 powered rail, 2 rail, 1 cactus, 1 sand, and 1 hopper. So same as last time, figure out where you want your cart to be dispensed. So we're going to choose this block here. So we're going to remove that block and the blocks on either side. And then we're going to remove the block below that first one there. We're going to place a torch here on the side of this block. Then we're going to place droppers, 2 droppers facing this way, like so, and a dropper facing up. And then from over here, a dispenser facing back this way, like that. Then we're going to decide where our pressure plate will be. Dig down 2 blocks, redstone on the bottom of there, block on top of the redstone, pressure plate on top of the block. Then we're going to dig 2 blocks there, although you could do it over here just as easily, it won't make any difference. Shift click our hopper into that last dropper there, and then sand, cactus, block. Then just like in the previous design, we're going to provide some power to some powered rail. So dig down 2, place a torch, the block on top of it. Let's go grab our rail. Get our 2 powered rail and our 2 non-powered rail there to make the L shape. And then 1 powered rail there. And that's the build done. We're going to need some minecarts, and I would recommend filling this up, but you probably only need maybe 2 minecarts to get this working. You don't need to prime this one, it's ready to go straight away. Awesome. So the final design, this one works differently to the previous 2. It's cheaper, although it has 2 extra hoppers over the previous designs, and I like it. It's the version of the minecart station I used in the Ender Farm rail line on the Hypercraft server, and it works like this. You stand across the rail from the button, and I recommend having a non-placeable block in your hand, or an open hand or a weapon or something. Hold down right click on the button, you will jump into the cart and go. And on the way back, it works like the other stations. Cactus breaks the cart and gets picked up. So super simple to build, very cheap, no real wiring to speak of. So let's have a look how you build it. You will need 1 button, 1 dispenser, 2 rail, 4 powered rail, 1 redstone torch, some type of building block, 1 cactus, 1 sand, 3 hoppers. Okay, so decide where you want your cart to appear from. Say here. Knock that block out and place an upward facing dispenser. Then one block over from there, place a block like that and a button on the block. Place a block here next up diagonally from the dispenser, and then dig out 1, 2, 3, 4 in an L shape like that, and we're going to place hoppers like so. So they all flow back towards the dispenser. Sand, cactus, block, and then you guessed it, dig down 2, skipping a block from the, well, it's a hopper chain instead of a dropper chain, but dig down 2, torch, block, and we're ready for the rail. 2 powered rail, 2 non-powered rail, 2 powered rail. Then, yes, we're going to need some minecarts, and we can throw those into the system. Now, you can actually run this station with only 1 minecart in it. It doesn't need any to be in the dropper chains to keep the system flowing. 1 is the minimum. So, but as always, I recommend filling these things up to about half the capacity that it can hold. So that's the build done. It's all working. Pretty sweet. So yeah, I hope you like the tutorial. 3 different stations, although 2 are pretty similar. And I hope you find a place for these in your world. If you do, feel free to tweet me a picture at Woolly Creeper. I always get a kick out of seeing that sort of thing. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves.